Mike, you got some fantasy action. What's going on there?
I do. This week's theme, I looked at where you can get value for your daily fantasy picks off the bench. Players to look at off the bench for your guards off the bench. Look at Lou Williams of the Clippers. He's 35 fantasy points a night, really solid numbers. Even better over his last 12 games, about 44 fantasy points a night. Jordan Clarkson of the Lakers, sticking in LA. He's 24 fantasy points a night. Doesn't cost you a whole lot, about $7,000 on your budget. And he's coming off some really good games, about 28 a game his last 3 games. And one guy the Hornets saw the other night, last week, Wayne Ellington.
UNC.
Love Wayne Ellington.
Wayne Ellington had a big game against the Hornets, 26.
Philadelphia guy.
He's the best three-point shooter off the bench that you can find in the NBA. So he's one guy to look at. He's got about 16 games with 4 threes this year off the bench, which is ridiculous. From the forward spot, coming off the bench, Nikola Mirotic of
guy
the
from
Bulls.
Chicago. He's good.
He's very good. He's just getting back in the flow, about 20-some-odd games.
He's not a good fighter, but he's a good basketball
not
player.
a good fighter. That's what got him sidelined. But he's their best player right now, and he's coming off the bench. He gets you about 30 fantasy points a night. Another guy, Arvydas Sabonis' kid, Domantas Sabonis from the Pacers, Gonzaga in the house. He's having a really good season, his second season. He gets you about 26 fantasy points a night. Costs you about $6,500 on your budget, not too bad. And I'm taking a flyer on one guy from the Hornets, Frank Kaminsky.
Frank the Tank.
Frank the Tank.
He loves
had a
Wisconsin
big
beer
game
cheese.
Wednesday. They're playing the Hawks on Friday. He had a great game against the Hawks the first time around. So
A lot of guys do.
If you're looking for somebody low budget that might get you some points, Frank Kaminsky coming off the bench might be one of your guys. So that's guys off the bench this week is our theme for fantasy picks.
A lot of guys have a good night against the Hawks. The Hawks are a low budget or a bargain. JT, what do you got?
Worst record in the league.
Well, they're looking for. Hey, they're taking your advice. They want to get real bad before they can get real good. They want Marvin Bagley.
And plus, if you go to Atlanta, if you're a road team, you can get distracted. So I'll just leave it
More
at that.
flesh there than the Greek Fest, from what I hear, JT.
There you go.